Hello and welcome to Synology Partner online training video. My name is Ismar Hota and today I'm going to show you our new surveillance NAS called DVA3219 and its smart video surveillance options. Today's training video will be broken down into 5 parts. In the first part I'm going to talk about what is Surveillance Station, which is the dedicated surveillance application designed by Synology for Synology NAS. Then in the second part, I'm going to introduce you to the updated version of the DSCam mobile application, which is the application that can be used on your Android or iOS device in order to use your surveillance station remotely from your smartphone or your tablet. In the third part, I'm going to introduce you to the new surveillance dedicated NAS, namely the DVA3219, where I'm going to point out its key features and its highlights. In the fourth part of today's training video, I'm going to show you the new smart real-time analytics features available on the DVA3219, and I'll talk about them in more details. And to wrap it up, I'm going to show you a real-life case study with a video surveillance deployment that uses the DVA3219. When it comes to the surveillance station, this is the Synology application that can be found in the package center of your DSM. This application is used to control and to handle your surveillance deployments. The surveillance station is free of charge and easy to use application that comes with an extensive functionality of features. Here you can see some of its key highlights. The surveillance station has a vast camera support with more than 7,100 IP camera models. In order to see the full list of these models, you can always look up the compatibility list on our website www.synology.com. Furthermore, the Surveillance Station app comes with live view and alert support, which will allow you to view up to 64 camera channels at the same time. The live view and alert support will also allow you to monitor multiple camera streams in real time. Another highlighted feature of the Surveillance Station is the Central Management System, or CMS for short. This is an excellent feature which will allow the user to control and manage cameras that are deployed in many different locations. It is possible to manage up to 5,000 cameras that are deployed in up to 300 different locations. And the last functionality that I want to mention is the management tool, which will allow for the creation and management of different privileges or permissions. For example, if you are an admin of a given surveillance deployment, you will be able to set up a system where you can give different permissions to different users. You can allow only certain accounts to have access to certain cameras, or other accounts to be able to view and edit the recorded footage and other similar settings. When it comes to the availability of our surveillance station, it can be used on a vast number of platforms. It can truly be used wherever and whenever. Firstly, you will be able to access the Synology Surveillance Station via any major web browser like Google Chrome, Mozilla Firefox, or Microsoft Internet Explorer, just to name a few. If you'd rather like to use a desktop-like application, that is also available. Synology offers desktop clients for Windows and Mac OS. Lastly, in order to access your surveillance deployment remotely or on the go, you can also do so with your smartphone or your tablet using the DSCam application, which is available on iOS and Android devices. When it comes to the functionality of this app, I'm going to talk about it in more details in this video. So like I said, in this section we will see the new features of our mobile DSCam application. Our DSCam application, which is 100% free with no hidden costs, comes with a new bundle of features which were upgraded with the latest update. One can have a live view of multiple cameras. You will be able to view up to 6 cameras to be more precise. There is also a feature called Home Mode, which has geofencing. This basically means that you can set up the location of your home if you have your GPS turned on your smartphone, and once you leave your house, your surveillance station will start on its own, and once you come back, your surveillance station will pick up that you're reaching your house and it will turn off on its own. Since the new update, you will also be able to have a smooth timeline search, and you will be able to easily see events that took place, scroll through them using the timeline by quickly zooming in or zooming out. You can also fast forward quickly with the double tap of a button. Lastly, our DSCam application features push notifications. This means that you will be able to receive all important notifications as they happen directly to your smartphone. For example, notifications of an event detection, intrusion detection, or other similar settings which are predefined in your surveillance deployment. When it comes to other new features which are also available on our DSCam since its last updates, they include improved management, which will let you handle the application with ease. You will be able to promptly see all events that have taken place. Now, there is also an option to use airplane mirroring, which will be especially interesting for those who work in Apple ecosystem. And lastly, we have changed the layout to give the users an option to implement a new camera viewing style. Now you can see these newly updated features in action. The left phone is showing you that you can view up to 6 cameras at the same time. You can also see just how smooth the playback actually is. Thanks to our developer team, who managed to develop an app that fully utilizes iOS and Android mobile hardware acceleration, our users will be able to have a better user experience. The phone on the right is showing the new intuitive timeline. The bright blue bars on the timeline are the events that were detected, and one can easily scroll through them using the timeline, while below you can see the list view of these events that have taken place with a dedicated thumbnail picture. When it comes to the changes of our viewing style, there have also been improvements here as well. Before, all of the events were available only in the list view, which you can see on the phone on the diagram. Whereas now, they are available in this new icon viewing style, which will give you a better overview. One can see more information. There is the event information, which will show you information such as whether motion was detected that day or not. There is also the recording schedule info, which will show you whether there was continuous recording, no recording schedule, or whether there was recording schedule at all. The new update also features new operations which will contribute to better user experience. We have added toggles that will allow the users to rewind the video or fast forward it by 10 seconds, and toggles to start from the beginning or skip the video backwards. The user also has the ability to pinch in and out of the timeline in order to see the events that took place during the time of the predefined recording. So let's say if the recording was for the long period of time, this feature will allow a user to see what they are interested in much more efficiently. The new viewing style is also available on the tablets, and here you can see how that looks, and there's a better overview of things. Now we come to the part where we are going to introduce our new NAS dedicated for surveillance, namely the DVA3219. Firstly, I want to bring your attention to the new naming rule. For those who are familiar with Synology naming of our NAS products, the DVA3219 will not be clear right from the start. DVA stands for Deep Video Analytics, which points out what this device actually does. 32 shows the maximum number of the IP cameras that one single DVA3219 supports, and the 19 is the release year. Moreover, what makes the DVA distinctive from our other NAS models is that it comes with 8 default licenses, and it supports up to 4 video analytics tasks. When it comes to the specifications of the DVA3219, it comes with an Intel Atom C3538 quad-core 2.1 GHz processor. It also features 4 GB of DDR4 RAM, which is upgradable up to 32 GB. The GPU that comes with DVA3219 is the NVIDIA GeForce GTX 1050 Ti. The DVA3219 can handle 4 different analytics tasks, and it comes with a 4-bay capacity. It's scalable up to 14 drives with an expansion unit DX517. It also comes with 4 1 GB Ethernet ports, which are capable of link aggregations. The DVA3219 also has 3 years standard warranty, and it can handle up to 32 IP cameras, and it comes with 8 default licenses. Some of the additional highlighted features of the DVA3219 is that unlike our other NAS models dedicated for surveillance, the DVA3219 can also be used as a standard NAS. This means the DVA3219 has access to all of the DSM packages. Additionally, this is the first NAS developed by Synology that has a dedicated GPU. Moreover, the DVA3219 has deep learning capabilities, meaning that the more you use it, the more accurate it gets. And it also offers reliable real-time analysis. Now I will bring your focus to the smart real-time analysis that the DVA3219 can offer. The DVA3219 features 4 video analytics options. It can do bidirectional people counting, meaning it can count those who have entered or exited the premise. It can also detect intrusions and can be used, for example, as a digital fence. It can also be used to detect lingering in the idle zones. And it can also be used for deep motion detection. Here you can see how the people counting works. This works with a ceiling mount. The main features are entering and exiting people counter, which can be used for crowd detections. Some of the scenarios where such a feature could be deployed are supermarkets, which want to have accurate people flow information in order to improve business processes. Target audiences could be supermarkets, restaurants, or retail shops. The next feature which we are looking at is the intrusion detection. The main feature of the intrusion detection is to detect when somebody or something crosses a predefined line. A scenario and a good use of an intrusion detection could be an outdoor area of a supermarket or an area which you would like to fence off. Target audiences for intrusion detections could be embassies, retail shops, or office buildings. Here you can see the feature No Idle Zone. The main feature of No Idle Zone is that it gets triggered when people or vehicles are detected in a predefined area. In this example, this vehicle is blocking a pathway for more than 5 seconds, after which a trigger is detected and it shows on our surveillance station that something is blocking this path. The scenario and a good use for No Idle Zone is to prevent idling at the entrance of a parking lot or idling at the fire rescue path. Target audiences for No Idle Zone could be parking lots or warehouses. When it comes to deep motion detection, its main feature is that it can ignore background motions such as raining, snowing, swaying trees, or natural light changes. Another good feature of deep motion detection is that it can ignore day and night changes. Scenarios for using deep motion detections are outdoor cameras, and target groups could be home yards or warehouses. Now I will show you a demo video of the real use of the DVA3219 from IFA Berlin. Here you can see a real-life demonstration and the use of DVA3219 from IFA Berlin. In the top left corner you can see a seal mount of the people counter. In the top right corner you can see the deep motion detection analytics. In the lower left corner you can see the use of the digital fencing and the intrusion detection, and in the lower right corner you can see how No Idle Zones works. In the last section I want to show you a case study from one of our customers who deployed the DVA3219. The case study I'm going to show today is the Taipei Station Front Metro Mall. The company was founded in 2004 in the heart of Taipei City, which is one of the most traveled paths in Taipei main station. It has 52 stores, 6 halls, and 50 smaller booths. It hosts all kinds of charity and business activities, providing an excellent space for recreation and shopping. Considering the safety of those who pass through every day, 122 IP cameras are now deployed in the station front metro mall. It watches over the customers and those who pass by. The challenge was that it used analog cameras that had 0.3 megapixel resolutions, offering little help in detection during the playback of an incident. In search of a single event, the system requires someone to sit through entire footage in person. The searching process not only wastes a lot of time, but is also prone to human negligence. Secondly, the hardware maintenance for our analog system is just too troublesome. If a camera is offline or showing static noise, one would have to go over all of the wires to find out what's the malfunctioning. Since all of the analog cameras needed to be physically connected to a DVR device, sorting through a bunch of cables would be like looking for a needle in a haystack. Furthermore, since incorporating more cameras means plunging in more cables to the server, it is challenging to increase the number of cameras without further consideration. The storage space is also limited by the hard disk capacity and unlikely to be expandable. The most prominent obstacle that the station front metro mall faced was the DVR surveillance structure. Excellent scalability, user-friendly interface, and easy management are also required features. After carefully considering, they chose Synology Surveillance Station in one that came out on the top. Upgrading from 4 DVR recording servers and 64 analog cameras, the new deployment includes 4 recording servers, 122 IP cameras, and 4 Synology Visual Station video decoders. A TV wall is also set up in the Disaster Prevention Center to show what's happening and when it is happening. Other than that, Synology Deep Learning NVIDIA DVA3219 is deployed at the main entrance of the mall to count the people who flow by. Based on the automatic people flowing report provided, one can make better managerial decisions, such as estimating billboard fees and changing guard patrol schedules. Synology's smart surveillance station successfully solved the fundamental problems with the DVR system, which also provides more features than just recording and playback. More importantly, with its video analysis features, it provides actionable insights for the management team to make better decisions. And with this, I would like to wrap up today's training video. Thank you for your attention and watching the entire video. I hope you learned something new, and if you have any additional questions, you can always contact me directly via email ismarhota@synology.com. Thank you.